Good afternoon, everybody. My God, I almost said good morning again, even though I did that last time. Good afternoon, or wherever you are. I don't know. I'm in Maine, so it's about 3 where I am. So these are my concepts, and I basically kind of started from scratch with my hybrid again. So mine is the leopard seal as a base. Well, yeah, yeah. Leopard seal as a base, short fin mako, Pontolus magnus, which is basically just a giant carnivorous walrus relative in the same family, Odobenidae, the bull shark, and orca. It might vary. I don't know if I want to put 5 or 7 types in here because I have 9 of them for my last hybrid I made for a Goji Center. But this one is pretty interesting, I think. So here are the few of the concepts that I worked on, basically for the fin shape, since it's mixed with leopard seal and all these other sea animals that basically have different functions for their fins in different ways. Because you got the leopard seal, Pontolus magnus, but mixed with cartilaginous fish, like the bull shark or shortfin mako, would probably make it look interesting. So I made it so that it has the regular fingers on the edges, and then near the base of the fin is where it's more chondrichthyes like. So I got the main body here, so this is going to be very congruent in its movement and its metabolism and its hunting style, bite force, intelligence. This is going to be pretty good, I would say. This is very congruent. I think all the traits here work very well together. So leopard seal, they are in the family Phocae. They swim in a side-to-side fashion with their hind legs. Same thing with the Pontolus magnus, which is in the Odobenidae family. They do the same thing. The Odobenids, they are kind of like a mix between Otaridae and Phocae, since they have front fins that are very similar to sea lions, but they swim in the same way as true seals, which is Phocae. So side to side, so this is an animal that mostly, besides the orca, swims in a side to side motion. But with Vex, about a third of all the animals in the genome are up and down undulation instead of side to side, and that's kind of a fundamental way of swimming that's kind of different. So I mean, like, if Vex was using echolocation from the beluga or orca, it might be inclined to try and go up and down, even though it can't do that. So that would probably be a bit of an interruption, so to say, for its swimming or how it begins to swim. It's a very fast animal, but that means that it's also not too flexible and pretty sturdy. So it's not going to be turning on a dime like this one, because the leopard seal has fins that are a lot more Otaridae-like, sea lion-like, though it is a true seal. So the Pontolus magnus, which adds for size and bulk and agility, water agility, and the leopard seal. And probably a bit of the short fin mako too, though the short fin mako is pretty stiff around the front of the body. But that's because it has a way of swimming called thunning, where the torso part, which is about roughly the first half of the body, stays still. And then the second half is what does the work. So with short fin makos, they have regional endothermy, and they are able to, they're not exactly cold-blooded. They have certain parts of their body that have to be very warm or like heated up, for lack of better words. They have a countercurrent heat exchange. So they have warm blood from the muscles. What was I saying? Hold on. I gotta get my words together here. Warmed up blood from the muscles is basically circulated around the brain, eyes, and heart or stomach, I believe. So that is more congruent with the warm-blooded animals like the leopard seal and the pontolus and the orca. So that is not, it's an extremely lessened contrast between the metabolisms here. And for, let's see. So its name is Koa Luros. That's the name I have for my water hybrid. I don't know if I want to have that just for like a Congo slash freshwater version of a hybrid, or if I want to have it for like the whole thing. I don't really know why he told us to do one that's just for specific water, even though he didn't. But Vex has crocodile DNA, barracuda DNA, and glassfish DNA. Those are all ectothermic, so that's basically a lot more of a contrast with the warm blood of the orca Tylosaurus, which is also endothermic, and the beluga, because the mosasaurs actually were endothermic. Basically, you look at any type of lineage that went back into the water, well, any of the famous types, they have endothermy because that's needed because water is cold a lot of the times. And they're usually not that fish-like, so they need to change their blood types, temperatures, / metabolism. So I would say that Koa Luros is pretty good out of the water too. Like, not going to be that good because the true seals, they don't walk on land as well. But I think the Pontellus magnus DNA would probably help a little bit with that, just in case he would need to. Can go in freshwater with the help of the bull shark. Basically just needs to have a very specialized liver. And that does congruently go well with the short-fin mako, since they are both lamniform sharks. I believe. If I'm wrong, somebody can tell me. Orca is there, and I'm only going to have one animal here that does the up and down undulation, just so that the instincts are mitigated a significant margin. Because this is the only one that has a fundamentally different form of swimming, interestingly enough. And basically, for the echolocation ability as well, a few things in that video when Vex was going off against Anguis congensis, I don't really quite agree with some points. The California king snake and the Titanoboa are constrictors, so I don't really think it would just not be able to constrict for some reason. I mean, you would talk about different muscle types, but being bulky will help you constrict more. So it has two of them that are able to constrict, so they both do the same thing. The Titanoboa has been discovered to not eat as big of prey as once thought, mainly fish and smaller animals, but it still can get a wrap around there, and this isn't concerning whether it would get around Vex or not, but like if he was able to, I'm pretty sure that it would go well, or it would be pretty difficult to get out of it. But it is, the part about the slow striking speed is definitely correct, because that's not going to work. Because the what do you say, tree boa? The tree boa is the one that has the thermal senses. So the overstimulation on senses and the extremely slowed down striking is true. But the stuff about the constricting, I'm not sure I kind of agree with that. But I think Congensis had more of a chance than once thought. And leopard seals are pretty cool, I think. So I really like their look. But yeah, they swim side to side, which is pretty interesting. Um, and based on the teeth of Koa Luros, let's see. They will be more shaped like the leopard seal and Pontolis, except they will be growing back, just like the short fin mako and bull shark. So, hence the hybridization. So you got some teeth there, and they won't be the most deeply rooted, but they'll still do a good amount of damage. Since they're very sharp, and the mako has teeth that are more similar in basic shape to more rooted teeth like the Pontolis or leopard shark. But it would still lose teeth. But the short fin mako has a pretty powerful bite. One of the most powerful ones for sharks. Though the great white does have the most powerful, but pound for pound, I think the mako does have a pretty powerful bite. So Koa Luros can regrow teeth. Let's see. Excuse me. They have layered teeth, so that will do well. And then the canines. So these 4 canines that show up with the Pontolis and the leopard seal will also be ones that are lost if it happens. And then the molars in the back. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make them. I'm probably gonna put maybe 2 or 3 pairs, or 2 or 3 sets. What am I trying to say? And then the teeth are a bit more leopard seal like. So it's got the. Does have different types of teeth. It has the crushing / shearing molars of the back, and then it's got the filter feeding sharp leopard seal ones in the middle, and then canines of the Pontolis / leopard seal in the front with the short fin mako in the front. I might change this later on, but this is going to be a very energetically efficient predator. The metabolism actually goes very well with this. As for a collapsible / retractable tail, I don't know if I'd probably add another one, like a ray fin fish, because those are the ones that have retractable fins. But I don't know. It probably wouldn't be too big of an issue, I don't think. I could probably make the bottom fin a bit thinner, but this is going to be very fast, agile, sleek. With the. What was I going to say? With Vex, I'm still not really sure like how sneaky she would be if she has croc DNA. Because scoots can kind of weigh you down, and they're also pretty noisy in the water. So I did touch on that in my last video, but again, not trying to be judging on everything. It's just a few things people are going to notice here and there. So, and mine is not perfect either. I just think it's going to go pretty well. Let me do some more brainstorming here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Vex would also have a metabolic contrast as well. And it wouldn't really be too bad for Congensis because they're both snakes, so they're fairly closely related. They're in the same superfamily, snakes. or suborder. I don't know. So it wouldn't really be that different. So they would have dense musculature, but that would just help it constrict better. But if there's any more information that anybody has, I'd love to hear it. I just put my thoughts out here, and if anybody has new information, I just would like to hear it. And I like animals, and I like this congruency stuff. I guess it doesn't really matter if the animals are not closely related, huh? Because I haven't really heard that being a thing based on Goji Center and Goji Guy, but it's about the traits that complement each other, so I guess it doesn't matter about taxonomy or phylogeny. I don't know. I might add more animals or not, but I think this is a solid one here. What else was I going to say? And the thing about echolocation, that does take up energy, and that also would be an overstimulation of senses based on what he said in that live stream. Because I just saw a comment and I was like, oh yes, it doesn't go in all directions. Echolocation doesn't go in all directions. It can only go in one direction. But if sharks do have electrical signals that they have at the tips of their snout, it's usually those pores that you see. I'm not artistic enough to do that, but that's what usually helps them detect from a 360-degree direction, but it's only from like a few feet away. Let's see, I might do a slight design change on the face. Again, sorry guys, I'm just not too good on the online drawing stuff. I do slightly better on paper just because I've done that a vast majority of the time. So in order to have echolocation, you do need to have, you do need to have the melon. So let's see, probably a bit wider of a face. Pointed so that it goes well streamlined. Eyes somewhere around here. And since it's a hybrid, I'm doing a bit of a creative choice here where I'm only giving him 3 gills just so that he's not as vulnerable. But that could be, well, it would be important to breathe. But yeah, so with the breathing, Koa Luros also does have the nostrils and gills, but let's see, how many gills do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 or 5, probably 4 or 5 gills. I don't know. Probably 5 gills, just so that I can maximize the oxygen intake for the gills. Yeah, so the fins are a bit of a mix between the leopard seals and, well, it's a bit of a mix between pinnipeds and lamniforms. And that kind of does have a creative liberty because people could mix it in this way or could they mix it in this way. I'm kind of the opinion that if you can illustrate it well enough, that can give you a stronger case for your hybrid. I know that Goji Center did say that it doesn't matter, but I mean, like, there's different ways you can mix things together. Since it is a hybrid and you have to take creative liberties because none of this is possible in real life. So there's only a certain amount of logic that you can put here, I think. I mean, logically, even though there's no logic. But it's not supposed to be just constant arguing all the time. I mean, I know I did have disagreements. But I just think that there's a bit more justice for the snake needed. Because I think on the constricting area, specifically, But other than that, I don't know much else. I didn't do this too well here. So he's probably going to have like a lot of fins near the back. And the tail is very short so that it's good with being next to the other leg fins, and also it's better for quick directions and good bursts of speed. Let's see. The bottom part of the tail fin wasn't drawn too well. Again, not the best artist online right now. I really like the way that pinnipeds use their legs to swim instead of their tail. I really like the diversity of mammalian adaptations for their swimming. This is the seals, the webbing usually. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Just any animal, like you can appreciate the animal in this way or this way. I don't know. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I think as of now, the back fins aren't retractable. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think these go really well. There's probably a few possible disagreements here and there based on how well one thing might go. Let's see. So I'm just going to be yapping a little bit. This will also be part yapping because it's my yapping channel. And usually I like to think while sketching and stuff. As for the fins here, I would make them fairly small just so that they don't stick out too much, and is going to be more similar to a mako shark to help with the what's the word? Streamline. Very streamlined, very fast, very powerful. Underrated animals, the mako. Whoops. Yeah, so probably near the end, I think, just so that it's can give the shoulders a bit more flexibility, because it's going to need the fins for stiffness and flexibility in order to be agile and also keep them stiff. Let's see. Yep. I don't know. Again, I mean, like, I said this also in my last video, but I mean, like, what if somebody just decides to go for like a cheap shot and then just like, oh, well, my hybrid has sea snake DNA, so it can just get a bite on there and then kill it. I'm just like, technically, yes, you could say that. I could mix mine. There isn't too many sea animals that I know of that have resistance to venom. I think the closest thing I can think of is the leatherback sea turtle when it eats jellyfish, but that's also not confirmed because we don't actually know yet if they are resistant to it, but it's just that the jellyfish don't get a chance to because there's all those spines in the mouth. Let's see. You know, I probably could give him some small ears. I think that would look cool on him because he does have mostly mammalian DNA, and that's mostly just because, you know, it's here and there. Let's see. Sharp nose. Yeah, so the teeth, fairly strong, but not the strongest for their roots, but they would do their job, and they also can grow back, so yeah, I think that ear adds a little bit of style, a little bit of uniqueness, since it's my hybrid. But, you know, Try to be creative. And no, I'm not saying people are not creative. I'm just saying this is supposed to be fun, and I like it so far. I kind of like these different topics of discussion that people can bring up. I guess I could probably modify the shape of the back fins a little bit, just so that they're a bit more exaggerated in their streamline compatibility. Maybe like that? I don't know. But that's, again, what the hybridization is supposed to be. Or maybe it would just help with steering and like very specific movement. Yeah, I think this works well. So, yeah, very interesting with the mako sharks. With their regional endothermy and the circulatory blood flow. So that works well because it's going to be a very active predator. This guy's going to be an athlete, very streamlined, fast and agile, and dangerous. Not without flaws. I'm sure somebody will find some and they'll think about it, and I'll appreciate that too. Yeah, and I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I'd probably make I'll make Koa Luros probably around like 3.7 or 3.9 tons. The Pontolis Magnus definitely is enough because this guy was able to get like up to 4 tons. Very cool animals. I like all these animals. Orca does help with the size too, but I think, well, actually, I don't really know the rules because I don't really hear that much stuff. He's just probably on his stream again, messing up his words. Hey, anyways, so I'm gonna make him small because you can only be so agile when you're very big. So probably like around 3, pushing 4 tons. I wouldn't want to make him more than 5 tons, but I think 3, like a bit more, like around 3 tons, like 3+ tons. Koa Luros. And Koa Luros? I don't know, does this sound cooler like as one word or 2 words? Because I have it as one word right, or I have it as 2 words right now. But I don't know if Koa Luros. I don't know. It's really subjective, but I don't know. When I come up with a name, I usually put it into translate and then mix and match a few words, letters here and there, and then that's how I get words usually. It's really fun. I like looking at the different culture aspects as well. To have a name that sounds really cool. So yeah, very streamlined. And what color? I'd probably make him like a dark gray. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Like to mix in and then make him very counter shading. So I'd make him like dark gray and then white on the bottom. So he'd basically look like the common shark. But you know, if it works, it works. I really don't draw that often. Dark gray. My online pencil just shuts off sometimes. And I think it's out of battery. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see. What kind of gray? I don't know. I don't know if I should make them like the dark blue like the mako or maybe like more of a gray like the leopard seal. I don't know what color the Pontolis was. And then you got the orca too. Pontolis was probably most likely similarly colored to the walrus. It's very cool though. Let's see. I'm having the biggest trouble. What color? Probably that color. And I really don't color that often. Yeah, sorry. The color's just a whole nother world for me. Because I've just been drawing pencil and paper so long. Hold on. I'm gonna try to make another copy. Where's the copy button? Multiply. Okay. Hello? Yeah, and then every time you want to erase a little thing, you have to like go back. But then if you add something else and then you want to erase the whole thing, it's like you have to go back and then you have to press these buttons. So I don't know. I'm kind of an old head when compared to this art stuff here. But you know, I could definitely make stuff look better, so I can try to learn. And I don't really know why it's not making another. Wait a minute. Layer. Yeah, I don't understand. Multiply. Pressing on it. I don't get it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Am I drawing on the okay, so I'm drawing on the fourth layer, so I can probably just keep mine. Just in case I mess it up. Let's see. Dark gray here. Yeah, this is probably why. Do the smaller details after you do like the main color. So look at that. Cancel that. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. Keeping the same length for this one right now. And then for the smaller details and the more other areas. Yeah, I'm just messing this up right now. Okay. Yep. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not good at. So he'll be dark gray for his counter shading. And then his belly will be white. Like the Mako, leopard seal, and bull shark, and orca. So yes, the basic counter shading is every other. But his body is mainly kind of like the Mako shark, except with probably just a few extra fins, thanks to the pinnipeds. This is the front, I think. I think when seals are swimming, they have the front or the insides, the bottom of their foot facing their body. So I think this is supposed to be the front of the foot. So I think this is also dark gray. Okay. I hope everybody can understand the main idea. And then a few gray right here. Yep. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. That's my goofy impression. Don't behind me. This is on the 4th layer, so I'm not messing anything up here. I hope. Okay. Going full autismo here. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. Okay. How's my bear impression? I'm going to do it. Listen. Okay. I'm probably going to regret that, but let me know if it works. Okay. Yeah, I like this so far, even if it's extremely basic. Just so I can get point across here. Yeah, I'm missing all my important lines here, which makes it look cool. Let's see. Yeah, I think, I used to when I was a kid, I used to not like sharks for some reason. Because I just thought that it being a fish looked so weird to have a quote unquote nose. I don't know why. And then I would draw them being eaten by orcas all the time, because that's when I heard that orcas would prey upon them sometimes. And I was like, holy crap, that's so cool. Yeah, but no. I'm not hating any animals for no reason now. But, yeah, I really like sharks. They're a very ancient lineage, and evidently so with when you look at their quote unquote skeleton slash cartilage. It's very interesting. Especially when you look at their gill arches and basically how you can see how the primitive jaw structure most likely we're pretty sure about this, that they developed from gill arches, because you got the jaws right here, because you got the jaws of the shark basically right here, and then you got if gill arches have any bone fortification, that's how you notice that the shark has many of them. And so you see this is the jaw where the teeth are, the nose, since the jaws aren't fused with the top jaws aren't fused with the rest of the skull. So that's why it looks like it has a nose, but that's basically just the rest of its head being pointed just so that it is more streamlined. So that's how you get, this is a basic shape here, but yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty interesting, and sharks are very cool. And they're sometimes mammalian looking, sometimes in my opinion, because their body is more similar to water going cetaceans, basically how their skin looks. I know they do have denticles, and they do have actual scale / teeth. That's another thing about the sharks, with the origin of scales being teeth, or a common origin of teeth and scales. So it was scales and then highly modified to be teeth once it made its way more closer to the mouth, because that helped it get prey easier. So to see the origin everywhere is interesting. Yeah. Maybe some problems here and there. Probably I might be missing a few things with how the bite works, but I mean what I have is that it's teeth that are shaped like the Pontolis and leopard seal, but are able to be replaced like the bull shark and leopard shark, or leopard seal. Both very cool animals, and I think they work well together. Though certain instincts will have to take over in one way or another with certain actions. So if Koa Luros ever needs to go, on the land, he'd have to have behavior that's more similar to the Pontolis slash leopard seal. Though leopard seals also don't do land too well, but a very light gray for this. Yep. Yeah, so with the outline that I have on my fourth layer, looks like a shark. So he's going to be shaped like a shark, except just a few differences just in the abilities of maneuverability and agility. Yeah. So this isn't... It's see-through, but the webbing isn't see-through. I just didn't do it because I didn't want to... I just wanted to make sure that everybody could see that these are the fingers slash toes of the leopard seal slash Pontolis. Okay, I think I'm done yapping for now, but this is just me warming up online too, just with my color is so awful right now. But yeah. Definitely an old-fashioned old head when it comes to that. But, you know, could change. Yep. Yep, belly stays white, and actually I think that would look pretty cool. Like if it had a white tip basically near the fingers, I think. I don't know. But he'd have to have nothing that sticks out too much in order for him to blend in. So, let's see. Sensory overload? I don't think so. He's got the echolocation, which isn't as powerful and as informal as you'd think, so that wouldn't be too bad. And then it also has the sensory around the snout. So I don't, in my opinion, it wouldn't really be too bad of a sensory overload because it's not too much. I just keep thinking of that scene in Happy Feet, the chase with the leopard seal. That made me really like leopard seals. I just thought it was really cool, especially with his voice. I really like that. Like if you've seen Happy Feet. Happy Feet 2 is another movie that does exist. I don't know. It's not bad. I don't know. They sing to move the ice. That's all right. I haven't seen it in a while, but the CGI I think was pretty good for Happy Feet. I mean, that was made a long time ago. Now, like over 10 years ago, probably over 12 years ago at this point, so it looked so good. And then there's the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which are made by the same people, and that looked pretty good too. Yeah, I may or may not add some animals in here for more abilities / more congruency, but I think it's pretty good here. Yep. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna say this again. I still don't know what Goji Guy means with these see-through fins. I still don't know what he's trying to say. I mean, like, anything that's gonna have echolocation, I don't know what he means. I don't, like, I just don't know what difference that would make. But, you know, if he has an explanation, I'd love to hear it, but it's just I don't know what he's trying to say. Um, but yeah. Again, if there's any corrections or any more details, I'd love to hear it. So I put my thoughts out here, and yeah. Okay, so this is a rough sketch of Koa Luros. I don't know. I might make a new name for this more sleek hybrid. I don't know. Koa Luros could be the one that I had before, but that's the older concept, and then this one that I have now, which is very congruent, um, agile, whole package. Okay. I think that's about it. I say as I continue to yap. Um, okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if I'm fucking up my design right now, but let's see. Let's see. I'll probably have to change the type of nostrils that he has. Not sure. I don't know. Like he might have, there might be some breathing problems based on my hybrids, but um, yet to be seen. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm fairly confident in this one. I like this one. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I like the part how the metabolism is not too much of an issue. But you know, when Goji guy was talking about, you know, the whale earlier, and he was talking about how Vex wouldn't get tired out. Well, it's like, well, she would though, because you can't have your cake and eat it too. Because if Vex is ectothermic, then she's probably going to struggle a lot with using a lot of her energy, because that's probably going to literally cook her if she has blubber, like the um, cetacean DNA, because there's a pretty noticeable contrast there with the metabolism. So that's pretty different, especially with the um, barracuda and glassfish and um, crocodile. And I don't really know why Vex is in the Congo in the first place, but it's not like she can't, but it's just none of the animals that she has are in the Congo. So I don't know. I'm doing I'm gonna do my own thing. But still, no hate. I'm just putting my thoughts out there on what I think about what this is actually going like. Oh, yep. Oh, yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, this is ass. Sorry, guys. Coloring is not too good, but I can definitely work on it. But yeah, fine details are what you have to put on later. Get your main thing done after. But again, I'm a sketcher, so I don't know. And just more yapping. Okay, I think I'm just gonna pause here for now. But, oh my god, How many times am I going to frickin' say that I'm pausing? Until I pause. Okay. My phone keeps telling me that I'm running out of space when I've deleted so many things, and it's like, do you really not have that much data right now? I don't know. I think it's a lie. I think they're out to get us. Government. No, but for real though. Fuck the IRS. Okay. I'll have to charge my pencil. But yeah, those are my thoughts. This is the update on my hybrid. I like it. If anybody has any more details, I would love to hear them. Okay. If anybody watches this, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you in my next doodle/yap sesh. Bye-bye.